You better grab that tambourine, bring the bass, we might be wicked. We may be forced to cause a scene, make some trouble, baby. I live it, that's my true love, true love. I love it, crank it up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn it up, turn it up, on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Hi. Happy Friday. It is July 10th and another sunny day here in Chicago. Possibly another muggy day, super muggy the past week here, but happy to be here. End of the week. Gonna move our bodies together, and yeah, just if you could see from the class title, the theme for today is twisting. I feel like my body needs it. All of our bodies need more twisting, but try to give each day like a little of its own special flavor. We'll get into a lot of the core stuff, all of that good stuff that Pilates and my classes usually get into, but do a little more focusing on twisting. So grab yourself a mat or something to lay down on, and modify when you need to, take breaks when you need to. My name is Midnight, and I'm happy to move with you today. Let's get going. Let's just jump right into it. No time to waste. Friday. Let's go. We're starting by standing up, going to a cross crawl. Cross crawl, hands out, bring the opposite hand, opposite knee, and over to the other side. Just start with a gentle, it's warming up, moving the body, connecting to your breath. Go slow. Challenge yourself to balance here. We'll speed it up in a moment. But for right now, breathe into your body, dig into your feet, strengthen the glutes, feel that cheek on the downside leg, squeezing to hold the balance. That feels good. See if you can get maybe your forearm to that knee. It may mean you need to bring the knee up higher. Try not to go down to it, though. Keep the chest up and just rotate. Say, lose my balance. So rotate through the spine and try and get that knee up a little bit higher to find that rotation. If that feels good, see if you can get the elbow over. Now you can start to bring your chest down a little bit. You focus more on the rotation and bringing that knee up. Twisting is so good for our bodies. Our spines get really stuck, especially because we don't usually rotate our spines that often. And so all the fascia, all the connective tissues, all the muscles, they lose length if we don't stretch them out, if we don't use them. So it's really good to do these twisting series every day if you can, but at least 3 times a week, 3 to 4 times, to keep those muscles maintenance on them. All right, now bring it back behind you, kick the heel towards the glute. And try and bring that heel all the way up to the butt. Getting some activation to the back of the leg. Take the opposite hand and hit onto the opposite foot. Turn around just so you can see what's going on back there. You're just starting to get some movement into the spine. Maybe nothing too crazy. I'm going a little bit faster with this one, so not as worried about balancing as much as doing a little dynamic movement, get the blood pumping. Keep going. Good. Take this to a lateral side bend. I have like airplane arms, and I'm crunching my knee up to my armpit. You can also just do this. You don't have to add that knee to it. You know, it's a kind of a funny position. It's like you're making different shapes with your body. You know, we're getting into our hip joints. We're getting into that spine. We also don't do enough side bending usually. So our spine goes forward. Sometimes we take it back, but we don't take it to the side and we don't rotate it as much as we could and maybe we should, typically. Good, breathe the arms out, breathe the feet out, give yourself a gentle little twist. Watch out, have spatial awareness. I'm gonna have to tuck my arms in. I don't have a bunch of space, but if you have the space, you can bring your arms all the way out and let the arms swing. Keep your feet planted for this first one. So the hips stay still. You're just rotating from the torso up. Bend at the waist and let the arms swing up towards the ceiling. Like you have a big elephant trunk. You're swinging it up and down. You bring it back up again. And now let the hips twist. Let the heel lift and rotate through the legs. Maybe you look back a little bit further. Maybe building a little heat into the body as well, deepening through the breath. Bend it over. Again, lifting up. Keep it hinged over. Open and close the arms. Call us the Michael Phelps, like that swimmer stretch. Just opening up the shoulders, keeping a nice lengthened spine. Good, stand it all the way up. Keep going with this open and close. To get some blood flowing into the shoulders. Take into the hip hop penguin. We're up and down diagonal. That's what we called it in our circus camps in Boulder. Whatever image inspires you. Good, last 2. Last 1. Nice work. Give it a little shake out. All right. Let's come on down to the mat and start this work in. We've been doing this, starting class in quadruped all this week, so let's keep the theme going. Quadruped position, round the spine, cat-cow, lengthen the spine. So again, this cat-cow, we're working the flexion and extension of the spine. So flexion is here in our angry cat when the spine is rounded. Extension is here in our saggy cow when our spine is lengthened. Our spine gets a lot of this flexion usually. It's all the sitting that we do, all the forward leaning we do. Maybe it gets some extension. Probably needs a little bit more of that. But then hold it here, go side to side. But this lateral, the side bend, could always use a little bit more of. Those spaces in between the vertebrae, those muscles holding them together, they go in a 360 direction. So we need to work them in a 360 direction. Good, hold it still. Take one hand, put it behind your head. We did this the other day. Tap the elbow down, then lift the elbow up. It's getting a little of that rotation again. Tap down and lift up. You also want to feel a big stretch in your shoulders. I know I do. The front of that chest. Try to keep the hips still. You're not letting the hips rotate. It's just from that upper torso. Switch over to the other side. So pressing through this standing arm. Pushing the floor away. Breathing into the lungs. Preparing the body for deeper twists to come. Last one. Good. Bring it over to the other side. Take your arm, reach it up so you can reach up a little bit higher. Again, don't let the hips shift too much. Keep the hips there. Then dive that arm through. Give yourself a twist. Look behind you. You can bend that standing arm and reach back up again. Thread it through. Thread the needle. Bend the arm. Try and lay the back of your shoulder, the top of your shoulder down onto the mat. Tailbone stays lifted into the air. Last one. Bring it up to the other side, pushing away from the floor, lifting up with that arm, diving through, bend the elbow. If you need to take a little extra time, maybe one shoulder is a little crunchier than the other, you find a spot that needs to be rolled out a little bit, go for it. Last one. Nice, good. Come all the way up. Circle head and hips around. Or go wherever you need to, wherever feels good. Circle other way. Let's kind of play into it. Oh, get that spine working. Wake it up. Get ready for the weekend. Whew. Okay. Lay it onto your back. Let's engage to that core. It's not Pilates without 100, right? Pull the belly button in, lengthen the tailbone, tuck the ribs in. Everything is engaged, lengthened, strong. Your 100 position, wherever it is, knees together, legs straight, head down, or head curled up. Pump the arms, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 10, in, out, 2, 3, 4, 20, inhale, out, 2, 3, 4, 30, can you lower the legs any lower, out, 2, 3, 4, 40, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, wrap the legs, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 60, in, out, 2, 3, 4, 70, push that lower back and belly down towards the floor, 80, out, 2, 3, 4, 90, last 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend the knees in, relax it down, yourself a little shakeout, see how that felt for you today. Yeah. Okay, curling head, neck, and shoulders up into your roll up. If you need a little assistance, you can hook your toes underneath something, or you can just get a towel and put it behind your back, or grab onto a weight, and the weight will help give you leverage. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Try and roll through the spine one vertebra at a time. At the top, keep the rounding at the spine, so we're not flattening the back and coming forward. Keep the belly button pulling in, round back down again. Go ahead, reach overhead, or wherever you can. Reach back up towards the ceiling. Try and peel the spine up. Really working into that lower back. At least for me, that's where I feel I need to push into it a little bit deeper, especially on the way down. Can you go even slower? Slow, slow. Shoulders away from the ears. That's my sticky spot right through there. Keep going wherever you are. Go as slow as you need. Try not to go too fast through this because it's all about trying to get massage into the spine. Yes, and relax. All right. Legs come up towards the ceiling, starting with just some reverse crunches. Go ahead and let's do it with legs straight the whole time today. Hands on your side. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, you can. Reach the toes overhead. Do a little tuck of the pelvis. Come back down. Reach the legs long. Yeah, maybe it's just that much today. Lift up. Reach down. Maybe it's not even a tuck of the pelvis. Maybe you just lower and lift the legs. If that feels good, then you can start to reach those legs over a little bit further. Maybe going into the full rollover. I have to angle myself a little bit here, myself a little more space. Reach those toes, legs try to be parallel to the floor back behind you. Curl back down again. 3 more wherever you are. Try and stack those hips. Keep the legs squeezing together today. Sometimes we do other leg choreography, but stay focused on squeezing them towards the midline. Last one, see if you can get up even higher. Lift those hips up, roll over a little bit deeper, curl down a little bit slower. Yes, nice work. Legs go over to the side, hands out to a T, tick-tock. Reach it down to the side, lift it up over to the other side. I have to flex my feet, come over this way, and up. Now, when you come up through the middle, if you're like me and you have flexible hamstrings, try not to bring them too close to your face. Bring them a little bit further out. I feel my abs have to work a little bit harder that way. If you have really tight hamstrings, you can bend your knees a little bit and just tilt those knees side to side. You can let the hip come up. Keep the core pulled in, so obliques are working to pull up and over to the other side. Make sure you even out going to both sides. Yeah, nice work. Single leg circle. Extend one leg out, other leg goes up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to do a little variation on this. Circle across the body, let the hip lift. Circle down, around, just cut to the top. Circle across the body and up. So it's more like, it looks like I'm drawing a big giant capital D around the body. I let that hip lift, and I swoop back up again. So this one is not so much about keeping the body still. My abs are still engaged, but it's more about rotating through the spine with control. Go the other way. Down, swoop around, up to the top. Down, cross the midline, reach that leg. Try and reach that leg a little bit further each time. Stretch the leg long. I can feel that all through that lumbar, that lower spine. Now, you don't want to go too far. So once you feel that stretch, once you feel your limit, stay there, honor that space, especially your lower back. It doesn't twist as much as your upper back, so don't want to force it. Good, hold here, grab onto the leg, just give yourself a little stretch. You can point flex that foot, bend the knee if you want to, whatever feels good. Get into the back of the leg. And switch to the other side. All right, I'm going to scoot myself over. Here we go. One leg down, other leg up. Swoop across the body, down, and cut up. So you're making that big, giant capital D again. You want to make this a little more challenging. Hands can go to the side or arms can go overhead. So that way it's not in your arms as much. You don't have your arms as like kickstands to help you stabilize. It's more just in that core. Controlling the leg, controlling the pull. Reach the toenails as long as you can. Go the other way. Cut down, reach over, and up. Down, reach. Stretch. Few more. Reaching through those toes. Feel that quad and the top leg working too. Last one. Good. Roll yourself all the way up. Reach the hands up. Curl up. Oh, yeah. Nice work. Okay. Bring your knees over to one side. If you can't stack your knees like right on top of each other, then you can kind of go into this staggered position. You can see that. Yeah, but you just want to be over on this hip, be over on your meaty section of your glute. And reach your arms forward. This can be super small. The further your legs are away from you or the feet are away from you, a little bit more leverage you have. Just curling back and then sitting up. Curling back, sitting up. It's super small. Crunching through these obliques, crunch pulling them in, rounding the spine, sitting up tall. And I can do this in this staggered position too. If you need, you can also give yourself a little extra assistance, put a hand back behind you and let that hand assist. But it's not very big. You might feel it in that hip flexor. Try to relax the hip flexor. Focus in onto those abs. It's a funky feeling. And switching these over to the other side. All right, but we're trying. We're just trying it out. We're seeing how it goes. Curl back, come up, curl back. Now, once you feel your feet start to float up, that's probably your limit. You don't want to fall all the way back. So find where that limit is. Maybe to find the limit, you have to roll back. Maybe you have to get to the point where you're like, uh-oh, and you tilt yourself back. Yeah, then you know where that place is for you today. All right, I won't go past that place again. I'll try not to. It may happen. Squeezing through the side body. Working the obliques. So obliques are those muscles, they wrap around our core to the side. Like a corseting us around. Last one. Good, bring it all the way up. Okay. Into our spine stretch forward. Legs about hip width distance apart. You work through this one quickly. Spine stretch forward, down. Pull the belly in. Orb in front of your belly. Sit up. Reach the arms up. Circle the arms around. It's a little bit of variation. Good. Dive forward. Pull the belly button in. Stack the spine up. Reach overhead. Shoulders stay down. And circle. 3 more. Reach forward. Round the spine. Sit up. Posture. Circle around. Last 2. Sit up tall. Reach around. Last 1. Up. Circle around. Into saw. One of our regular spine twists we do normally. Feet out wider. Hands out to the side. Scoot over a little bit so you can see. Twist. Pinky finger towards pinky toe. Reach that hand back behind you. Just hold here. Since we're working on those twists, actually you can grab onto this foot with your hand. Give yourself a little extra leverage to twist a little bit deeper. Don't let your hip shift. Don't let your sit bone shift. Try and get this ear towards this knee and reach this back hand behind you. Feel a deep stretch into this back side body here. Come all the way up. Sit up tall. Inhale, exhale, twist the other way, pinky finger towards pinky toe, grab onto the foot, reach the backhand up, give yourself a little leverage to twist deeper, trying to lay the ear down onto the knee, feeling a stretch all through the back body here. Feels good. I don't get into this part of my body that often. So all the way up, moving a little faster now. Twist, saw, up, center. Exhale, inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more each side. Last 1. Yes, nice work. All right. Coming down into your ab series. Single leg stretch and switch. And switch. And switch. Belly button's pulling in. Pulling one leg in, stretching the other leg out. Lengthen the crown of the head. Last 2. 1, double leg stretch. Both knees hug in. Keep the knees together. Lengthen the arms and legs out. Circle, tuck back in. So if you notice your knees coming out when you bring them in towards your body, try and squeeze those knees together. They may not stay together the whole time, but as long as they're pulling in towards the midline, they're zipping up using those adductor. Those are our inner thigh muscles. That's what we want to try and engage here. Last 1. Scissor kicks, a little bit different today. Straight legs, hands behind the head, add a cross to them. Pulse, 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 pulse. Little twist, twist. Now I notice that my head always gets pulled forward when I rotate. So kick that head back, push it into the hands. Try and keep the gap between chin and chest. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. Legs up towards the ceiling. Lift and lower the head up and down. And lengthen through that chin. Pull the ribs down and in. Lower back stays planted onto the mat. Hold the legs up. Lower lift the legs. 4 times. Zip up through the inner thighs. Last 2. Last 1. Regular crisscross. Cross over. Lift up to the center, switch. Lift up to the center, switch. You'll notice if your chin starts to sink towards your chest. I know mine does. Try to keep it lifted away. Once we make it through this, we'll flip it over, and I'll tell you why twisting is so beneficial for us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release it all the way down. Give yourself a gentle little stretch. Maybe go and fall into a spinal twist here. It's a passive spinal twist. So twisting, so good for us for so many different reasons. Good for our digestion. Good for cleansing our organs. Good, again, like I've been saying, for our spinal health, spinal mobility. If you think of a sponge, we're wringing out our body. So we're doing that for our digestion. We're helping to wring out the intestines to help push everything through. Switch over to the other side again. With our organs, we're helping to wring out the organs that pumps the blood, that's carrying all of the waste from our organs out. And then when we fill that sponge back up again, it's with fresh blood, with oxygen. It really helps clean out our organs. It does so much good for us internally, besides just movement-wise. It's really great for all of our systems. Helps our circulation. It's a magical movement that I don't think people, we don't realize how incredible it is for us. And I think if we did, we would maybe try and do it a little bit more often. All right, down onto our swan prep. Feet together, zip up through the legs, pull the belly button in, hover hands and head up, tap down, hover lift. Okay, I always say this, I'll say it again. It's not about how high you go. It's more about keeping the core engaged and pressing through the upper back. So think of the shoulder blades wrapping together. It's a little bit of a hover. 2 more. Last one. Good. Hold here. Extend the arms back behind you. Reach one hand back like you're trying to grab something by your heel. Bring it center. Reach other hand. So engage into those lateral side bends. Reach, center. Reach, center. You might just be hovering that forehead. Maybe you're up a little bit higher, but you're not pushing your belly into the floor. You try and suck that belly button up off of the floor, which feels counterintuitive, I know. It'll help protect your lower back. If you feel aching in your lower back anytime, take a little break, take a little breather. 1 more each side. Last one. Good. Push back into a child's pose. Knees wide, big toes barely touching. Give yourself a gentle moment right here. All right, we're going to go into some little crossbody extensions. You go where you need to. If you don't have the mobility, you can also grab a towel or something that you can just wrap around your foot to help assist you. Coming all the way down. Bending one leg in, take the opposite hand and reach it back behind. Place it, grab it onto that foot and kick into the hand. Start to lift yourself up. Just stay right here, kicking across the body, pulling that shoulder back, trying to pull the knee in towards the midline. So that knee's going to want to go out, try and pull it in towards the midline and kick straight up. Just see how that feels. Maybe today you're just trying to reach for that leg. That's still working the hamstring. That's still getting into the back body. Switch over to the other side. Draw that heel in, reach back behind. Maybe you grab onto the foot, maybe you don't. Kick the foot into the hand. Draw that knee in towards the midline. Keep pulling the belly button in. I know it's a lot to think about. Squeeze through the glute. Just breathe. Hold here. See how it feels. Good. Bring it down. Switch it over again. Bend that knee. Grab on. Lift up. All right. Now, if you want to lift up higher, kick into that hand a little bit deeper. Try and lift up higher. You can have this hand to kind of help assist you, but don't push too much into this hand. It's really about the lengthen of the back arm and leg. Bring it down. Switch it over to the other side. Grab on. Kick into it, lift up. That big back extension, reaching through the heart. Breathe. Still try and draw the knee in towards the midline. Oof, there we go. Bring it all the way down. Nice. Push yourself up to quadruped position, hands and knees. Okay, we're going to try doing that thing again after we get a little bit more hamstrings. One leg goes back, flex the foot, as you can see, and do little lifts up and down. I'm not kicking the leg. I'm pressing the leg. Imagine you are underwater. You're pressing that leg through the water. So it's not a big, quick movement. It's a slow, controlled muscle contraction. Keep drawing the belly button in. If you want to add a little spice to this, take the opposite hand and either hover off of the floor, or if you have the space, you can reach it overhead like you're going into your bird dog. I'll just hover mine right here for space reasons. Keep pressing through this standing shoulder. Hold the leg up. Kick that heel in back behind you. Reach for the toes. Maybe, again, you get them, maybe you don't. Kick into that hand if you got it. Reach yourself up. Push the hip down. Reach up through the heart. That same position, crossing over the body. Keep breathing. Good, and release. Give yourself a little shake up if you need to. Do whatever your body needs before we switch over to the other side. Lengthen the other leg back behind. Flex the foot, lifting up, lowering down. Squeeze into this cheek. The butt and the hamstring is doing all of the work here. I do not feel this in my lower back. So if my lower back starts to feel pinchy or sore, don't lift the leg up as high and just focus on the booty. Not about how high the leg goes. So engaging through the muscles and finding what works for your body. You'll notice your chin starts to fall towards your chest. Reach it and reaching to the crown of the head. If you want that extra spice, you can take the opposite hand, either float it, maybe reach it overhead, go wherever you can. It's more of a challenge. The less amount of points you have on the floor, the harder it will be to stabilize. Hold that leg up at the top, kick the heel in, reach back behind you, grab on if you can, lifting up, reach through the heart, breathe here, just hold. And release it down. Nice work. Go back to your child's pose. Give yourself a little moment. Reach over to one side. Reach over to the other side. Okay. Corkscrew. Back into our abs. Feet together. Circle around. Pause at the top. Circle other way. Pause at the top. Circle down around. And pause. Circle down around. One more each way. Keep the belly drawn in. Keep the shoulders stable. The hips may, I don't want to say wobble, but they may shift a bit, but it's always controlled. Good. Hold here. Little jackknives, just tuck the pelvis up and down. Super small. No momentum. Lift, lower. Tuck, lower. You can stay right here. You can also do this right here. Just tuck the pelvis. Super small. You may not even be able to see that on your screen. But I'm just tucking, like I have a tail. I'm tucking between my legs and releasing. Lower abs. Tailbone's not even really reaching up. That's the same movement I'm doing here. Or if you want to go into a full jackknife, big roll over, lift the toes up towards the ceiling, and then try and keep those toes lifted as you curl down slow and controlled. You do the best you can. Jackknife is not necessarily my best Pilates exercise, but again, that's probably why we need to be doing it, right? So wherever you want to be, you can either do those small jackknives, the little tuck of the pelvis, or you can try doing the full jackknife up. One more, wherever you are. Good. Combining those two things together. So corkscrew around, add that little jackknife. Maybe it's a big one, maybe it's a small one. I'll do a couple small, and I'll try and show a couple big. Let's see how it goes. So corkscrew around, center, little jackknife, circle around, center, little jackknife, Try to do a bigger one now. Circle around, bring it up and over, jackknife up. Curl down, circle other way. So you try and start that circle before your hips come down to the ground. So as you drop the hips down, you start to shift the hips. Oh, it's so hard, but challenging means that's what we're here for, right? Challenging doesn't mean that's bad. Right? Means that it's good for us. Even out, going both ways. Oh, and then go to happy baby. Let's rock it out. Let's rock it out after that. Whew. It is challenging. It's full body. That's a lot of work. We made it. We did it. Okay. Whew. One last thing. Control balance. This one is hard. If you have something to put your feet on, you can kind of cheat this one, but at least you can feel it in your body. But don't force it. But here we go. We're going into our rollover position. All right, then I'm going to do this without cheating first. We reach one leg up towards the ceiling. Try and reach it up. Then try to sneak your hands overhead. Okay, I'm cheating now with my hands. And grab onto that toe. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. What's going to want to happen, though, is that as soon as your weight starts to go back, your hips are going to want to tilt down. So yeah, we're just playing with this. We're playing. We're seeing. If you have something to hold on to, you can kind of hook your toe onto something, reach your arms overhead, and reach that leg up. All right? Right? Total cheater. But at least now my body can kind of feel where I'm trying to go, and I get a really good stretch in my lower back. For me, that's where my sticky spot is, so that's where I'm feeling it. This is like, nope, this is crazy. Then stick to just right here, just reaching one leg. Give yourself a little stretch, reaching the other leg. Go back into like a scissor kick. Totally cool. This is kind of crazy. All right. Let's try one more on each side. Yeah, last one. Good. Hold into this rollover position. Try to keep your arms lifted overhead and then roll down as slow as you can with your arms overhead. Oh, it's just so hard for me. I'm going to flop, but hey, I tried. You maybe probably did a lot better than I did. Way to go. All right, team. Whew. Last little thing. We got a little push, and then we'll call it a day. Side bend. Take your front foot, top foot, put it in front. Bottom foot is right underneath. Stretch this hand away. Reach up and over. It's like a side plank, but you're going further into a side bend. Like in a rainbow shape with your body. Hands and feet stay where they are. Tap the hip down, then reach back up. Got this nice ballad going. I find different playlists on the website where I'm allowed to use their music, and you never know what's going to pop up. Tap down, lift up, breathe, pull the belly button in, tap down, lift up. Last one. Tap down, lift up, hold. Go to your side plank. So lift up, stack the feet. If you need to come down to one knee or both knees, please do. Thread through, just like we did at the beginning, then thread up. Good. Diving through, twisting, pushing, lifting up. Twist through. Keep pressing through that bottom shoulder. 2 more. Reach up. Last one. Reach up. Hold, hold, hold. Can you lift up that top leg even? 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release it all the way down. Now roll your wrist, whatever you need to do. Sit up for the other side. Whew. Sweating. Feeling sticky. Okay. It's good. Foot forward, other foot back behind. I can definitely tell you, though, my back already feels more stretched out. I'm going to feel taller after this class, which is great. Hand goes out, lifting up into your side bend. Get those hips up as high as you can. Make a rainbow shape with your body. Reaching up and over. Ugh. Pressing the hips up, squeezing through the side body. Keep drawing that belly in. You have to find your sweet spot for this. So you need to adjust your hands or your feet for distance. Go for it. It's totally dependent on the dimensions of your body. Last one, hold it up. Go into your side plank. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders, thread down and through. Come up, press. Any other side plank variation you can totally do here. Knee down, you can have this foot crossed over. You can have your feet staggered. You can go down the elbow. Yeah, last one. Hold it at the top. You lift that top leg up, hold, star position, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, bring it all the way down carefully, gently. All right, ending with our plank position. Got those side planks. Let's do our regular plank. Pushing, extend the legs back, draw the belly button in, hold here. And with some of those crosses, bring the knee across the body, touch the arm, bring it back. Cross, touch the arm, and back. Keep pushing through your shoulders. Try and draw that knee in. Maybe the knee touches, maybe it doesn't. I'm shifting my weight forward a little bit too. So do a little shift forward. Really using my abs. Can you touch the tricep of that arm? I'm getting to the elbow today. Twist. 2 more each side. Last ones. Lift up to a down dog. Oh, pedal out those feet. Feels good. Press the hips up towards the ceiling. Press the chest back behind you. Ah, amazing work, everyone. Step your feet out about hip width distance apart. I love this stretch coming up here. Again, that opposite hand to opposite ankle or leg or wherever you can grab. And you're going to give yourself a twist. Look underneath your armpit. Twist through the body. Breathe. Good. Come center. Switch over to the other side. If you need to take a shakeout before you switch, by all means, go for it. If you need to tuck in your shirt before you, the other side, go for it. Grab on. Give yourself that twist. Look underneath the armpit. Keep the hips lifted. Try and keep the hips square and center. Bring it back center. Walk the hands back towards the feet or the feet towards the hands. Hang out here. Give yourself a gentle sway. Maybe close your eyes here. It might feel like you're going to fall over, but trust your proprioception. See if you can be here. Feel the gravity work in the opposite direction of your spine. Feel your organs relaxing, being renewed, renourished. Your circulation pumping up. Your breath deep but calm. Settle back into the middle. Try and keep the eyes closed. Bend the knees, tuck the pelvis, curl yourself up 1 vertebra at a time. That is the last thing to come up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Take a deep inhale, exhale. Slowly blink the eyes open. Come to your Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. And with our boss pose, hands behind the head. Open up through the heart, feel that big stretch. Good, come up center, add a twist to this. Twist one way, look behind that shoulder, try and press the elbow back behind. Squeeze inner thighs together. Center, other way, twist. That wringing out, maybe a last little adjustment in the spine. Center, good. Reach the arms overhead. Lift up onto the tippy toes, heels together, toes apart. Then see if you can zip up to the midline. Keep the heels glued together. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Feel a string on the top of your head, lifting up towards the ceiling. Last final balance for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Woo, and by a little fluffing of aura, bring your hands together. Bring some gratitude, some thanks, the intention for the rest of your day in between your hands. Give a little shakeout. Give gratitude to your organs, to your spine for all the hard work they did today. Cross up top, in the middle, down by the knees. Lift it up and let it pour down. Did it, made it. Well done, everyone. That is it for today, our twisting special of Pilates mats. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I feel taller and longer now. You do not have to do a full twisting series like 45 minutes, an hour of twisting. You just need to get some twisting into your day. So just like some intentional breathing and twisting, some crisscrossing every day, it's going to make a world of difference in your spine. So not just your organs, but again, those muscles that they just tighten if we don't use them. So if we don't rotate them, they're going to get stiffer and stiffer and stiffer until all of a sudden we can't move our spine. So this is my little pedestal moment for spinal twist. Uh, but thank you so much for joining tonight. I have a dance class at 8 p.m. Central Time. We'll be doing some breaking down of choreography for Zumba. And tomorrow for our Patreon members, I can throw that up here. Our Patreon members can join right there. We will have a special Patreon only class tomorrow, Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. You can join, be a member for as little as $5 a month, but we'll be doing a Zumba class tomorrow. Super excited. It'll be a lot of fun, sweat drenching, and you can use the choreography you learned tonight for the class tomorrow. So that's how that'll work. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, comments. I'll throw up our donation information there just for people who are asking about it. Comment, share, like this if you want to, if you felt inspired and moved to, but we love hearing from you. We really do appreciate getting your feedback of how it felt, or if you have any requests, please let us know. Like my right hip has been feeling funky, or I've always had troubles with my left shoulder. Just whatever it is, let us know. I love accommodating and kind of customizing things for the people out there, for all of you out there. All right, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy. Happy weekend. Be safe, whatever you're doing. Here in Chicago, I don't think we have any big plans. It's so hot, muggy, and we're still kind of quarantining here. Things are slowly opening back up again, but we personally are like staying inside still, pretty much. So yeah. So we'll just be here doing classes and hanging out, and we look forward to next week. I'll have a new class schedule posted soon, but expecting to do these pop-up classes Monday through Friday again, and then adding in other kind of little special classes like the dance one on Wednesday, and then another one that will be for everyone next Saturday. So stay tuned for that. All right, friends, have a good one. Move with you next time.